Top stories here this Monday in our Smart Start happening today. Jury selection will start for multiple former prison guards going to trial. They are charged in connection to the killing of Robert Brooks.
You'll recall that inmate from Greece was beaten to death at Marcy Correctional Facility last December. Ron Spitzer is here with us in studio previewing the trial and the charges these defendants face. Ron.
Yeah, guys, this trial is for 3 officers, David Kingsley, Matthew Gallagher, and Nicholas Kiefer, all of whom turned down another late plea offer. Michael Fisher was also initially meant to be in court today. He's accused of manslaughter. At the final hearing before trial, which took place last week, Fisher's defense attorney argued that he is suddenly accused of being an accessory to the crime, not a principal. The judge gave him more time to prepare for his trial. In May, Christopher Walrath was the first former guard to plead guilty for his role in the brutal beating death of inmate Robert Brooks at Marcy Correctional Facility. Now, since then, a total of 6 out of the 10 people charged in Brooks' death have pleaded guilty in the case. So when the 3 facing trial today turned down a plea offer again, the judge made it clear they know what that means.
You are also charged with murder in the second degree, for which, if you're convicted after a trial, I have no choice in the matter. The sentence must be a sentence that involves life in prison. Understanding that exposure and that you will not see an offer this favorable again after today, you want to turn down that offer of 8 years? Yes, sir. We'll mark the offer then as rejected.
The 3 defendants in this trial all face the top count of murder. We'll let you know when jury selection is complete and opening statements begin. Guys.
Ron, thank you. Also today, we could get the ending of a case of a beloved store owner in Rochester who was killed earlier this year. 47-year-old Tony Brown is charged with murder and weapons-related offenses in connection to the deadly shooting of 30-year-old Ali Salah. Police say Brown walked into Sana's Food Market on Clifford Avenue on March 23rd and shot the victim 4 times. Detectives have said this was possibly retaliation for a fight at the same store a few days earlier. Brown previously pled not guilty to all charges. He has a disposition hearing at 9:30.
We also have new details now on this 17-year-old girl who was hospitalized with critical injuries. She's now stable after she was shot during a large fight on the city's southwest side. Rochester police tell us they were initially called to Shelter Street off of Genesee just after 6 o'clock last night over reports of a group fighting and a person shot, which is where they found that injured 17-year-old and rushed her to the hospital. We're told another woman in her 20s was also injured in the same fight. Officers believe she was attacked with a knife, but investigators clarify they do not believe the 2 victims hurt each other. No other suspects are in custody, so anyone with information or maybe video of this incident, you're asked to please call 911.
Sunrise traffic here, 7 minutes to go until 7 o'clock. It's a smooth ride so far. Things are picking up though, but so far so good. Everything is green on our traffic map, seeing average drive times early on this Monday. Back to our headlines, and today in Washington, another effort trying to end the government shutdown.
Yeah, the sun rising over the Capitol now as the U.S. Senate is set to go back to D.C. for more votes on short-term spending bills. Now, over the weekend, the political blame game did continue as Republicans pushed to fund the government as is. Democrats dug in, demanding that the bill add provisions to protect subsidies under the Affordable Care Act and Medicaid. In the meantime, President Trump doubling down on his threat to fire federal workers, saying this would come at the cost of Democrats, though the firings are up to his discretion.
We will not support a partisan Republican spending bill that continues to gut the health care of the American people.
Anybody laid off, that's because of the Democrats.
This all comes as a new CBS News poll shows that many Americans are concerned about the shutdown and how it may affect the economy. While, as we can see from the numbers here, most disapprove of how the president, congressional Republicans, and Democrats are all handling it.
Let's take you inside the huddle. It was a bit of a slow start to the game Sunday night. The showdown between the Bills and the Pats, with each team only scoring with field goals in the first half. Everything really picked up. It was thrilling in the second half of the game. The Bills marched down the field. Their first drive in the third found Curtis Samuel there for the score. The Pats would answer with a touchdown of their own on the very next drive. How about that? Rushing through, Ramondre Stevenson, guy by Stephon Diggs. That name, he had a huge role as well in the second half for New England. There are just minutes left. Everything will be tied up as Buffalo had the ball back, would kick a field goal to tie the game. Patriots, 2 minutes to go down the field. They set up their kicker for the go-ahead. 3 points with 15 seconds left. They're up 23-20. Buffalo would get the ball back. Go for a Hail Mary lateral here when you're that deep in your own side of the field. They drop it, lose their first game of the year. Bills now 4-1. They are back in action a week from tonight. That is a road test in Atlanta, taking on the Falcons.
Yeah, you're going to have to tune out the train horn that they honk in that stadium every time something good happens for the Falcons.
And all week, all the Boston fans support Bills Mafia.
Yeah.
Of all people to lose to their first game, that's one of the ones.
Right, too bad. Well, we continue on. It's a long season there. Keep your head up, Bills fans. Beautiful views across the region with sunshine. Low 80s again for you today. Another gorgeous one, another summer feel for you. Tomorrow, that's the day we focus on with showers and thunderstorms on the way, and much cooler later this week.
We'll have more about that, everything else from the weekend on our podcast. Back on a Monday, second cup of sunrise. I'll see you there with James live on the Rochester First streaming app.
So much fun to be had, and thank you so much for watching News 8 at Sunrise. Your next local update is in 30 minutes during CBS Mornings. Have a great day.
News 8 wherever you are on RochesterFirst.com, Facebook, X, and on our app for news and weather. Get the Rochester First streaming app today for everything you love from News 8 on demand, plus exclusive shows you won't see anywhere else. Search ROC and download for free on Roku, Amazon Fire, and Apple TV.